Hello viewers, how are you all? I hope so. You all are great. So I'm back with Act 5 Scene 1 Part 3 of The Tempest by William Shakespeare. Right? And I expect that whatever I had explained you in Part 2 of Act 5 Scene 1 The Tempest, I hope so you all have comprehended it well. Right? So in this part we will move on to the same scene, that is Act 5 Scene 1, and we will see that what more is going to be happened in this act. Okay, so let's get started. So where do we have to start from, student? As you can see, we have to start from here. See, we have to start from here, right? So let's start. Who is speaking now? Sebastian is speaking. Aside, the devil speaks in him, right? So here Sebastian is talking to himself. Sebastian is very frightened, scared, afraid, right? So before, what was Prospero speaking? Prospero speaking to Sebastian and Antonio privately, right? So Prospero said that very soon you will face the king's anger, but at the moment he is not going to say anything because Prospero is aware of the truth that in previous acts what they made an attempt to do, they tried to kill Alonso the king, right? So that's why, but hearing this, Sebastian is shocked, bewildered, flabbergasted, and Sebastian thinks that, oh, it's not Prospero, it is a devil, it is a ghost who is speaking. So the devil speaks through this man, Prospero. No, for you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth. I do forgive the rankest fall of them and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore. So Prospero is turning to Antonio. No, as far as you are concerned, you are the most wicked man. To call you brother, it would be like I will be polluting my mouth. In spite of that, I forgive you even for your worst faults, and I forgive all your faults. But I call upon you to let me have my dukedom, which I know you have to necessarily give back to me. You have to give me, I know. And Alonso, if thou best Prospero give us particulars of this preservation, how thou hast met us here, who 3 hours since were wrecked upon this shore, where I have lost how sharp the point of the remembrance is, my dear son Ferdinand. So Alonso is also in a state of confusion, means they are not able to understand what's happening and where they have come. They were returning from wedding ceremony, and now where they have arrived, where they have come. So that's why Alonso again asks that if you are Prospero, tell us details of how you survived and how you are alive and how you have met us here. We were shipwrecked. We were destroyed upon this shore only 3 hours ago. Tell me how I have lost my dear son Ferdinand. How sharp the pain of this memory is, right? So, according to Alonso, Alonso has come here only 3 hours ago because of shipwreck, right? So Alonso is dead sure that Alonso is quite certain that Prospero is aware of the truth that how Alonso has lost his son Ferdinand. So that's why Alonso is just expressing his pain, that how sharp the pain of this memory is. Means Alonso is unable to bear the loss of his son Ferdinand. So Prospero, I am woe for it, sir. So Prospero said that I am sorry for it, sir. So Prospero also shows some mercy, concern, sympathy, that I'm very sorry about you, sir. And Prospero knows Ferdinand is alive, but he's not revealing it now. Rather, he's keeping it a suspense, right? So Alonso is saying, irreparable is the loss, and patience says it is past her cure. So Alonso, the loss can never be repaired, and patiently waiting for the pain to fade, and it is not going to work. My loss is irreparable, and patience can do nothing to give me any satisfaction. So patience is being personified here. So Alonso is saying patience is telling me that it cannot be cured. Patience has no cure for my sadness. Prospero, Now Prospero is speaking. Prospero is saying, I rather think you have not sought her help, whose soft grace, whose soft grace, for the like laws I have her sovereign aid, and her rest myself content. Right. So Prospero is saying, I think you have not actually used your patience in a correct manner. I think you have not actually tried patience in a correct manner, right? Which has helped me get through a similar laws, and I find eventual happiness, right? So Prospero is saying, I disagree with you, Alonso. In my opinion, you have not made full use of your powers of patience, powers of endurance. I myself have suffered as similar as laws, but I have drawn supreme comfort from my patience, and now I am fully reconciled to my laws. Ultimately, patience has given me joy, right? So Prospero says, I think you haven't actually tried your patience. So Prospero is still keeping it suspense as said, because the loss is same. Prospero has lost his daughter, and but Prospero's loss is happy loss. Why? Because Prospero has lost his daughter to Ferdinand, means both of them are very happy together. But here, the loss of Alonso is sad loss, because he thinks that his son is dead, right? So that's why Prospero say that actually you haven't tried your patience in a right manner. I have tried my patience in a right manner, and see, ultimately I have got happiness from my patience, right? So again Alonso speak, you the like loss. So here Alonso is confused what Prospero is speaking. So Alonso says, you have faced a loss like mine. I don't know what you mean by saying that you have suffered a similar loss. So Alonso is puzzled, confused. Prospero, as great to me as late and supportable. To make the dear laws have I mean such weaker, much weaker than you may call to comfort you, for I have lost my daughter. So Prospero said, yes, as great as recent. This laws happened recently. And to make the loss more profound, more deep, I have much less to comfort me than what you have, because I have lost my daughter. Right? So Prospero's loss is happy loss because he has lost his daughter to Ferdinand. Ferdinand has taken away his daughter, and both of them very happy together. So Alonso's loss is sad. He thinks that his son is dead, right? So Prospero says that yeah, it is a very tremendous loss, but it has not happened in shipwreck. I have lost my daughter recently. I have lost my right. So even Alonso knows that Prospero was thrown out of his kingdom. Prospero had a daughter, but not in the shipwreck. He has lost her daughter. Rather, he has lost a daughter recently. So Prospero says, in order to bear the loss, he says, my sources are lesser and much weaker than you can call for comforting you. Your resources are much powerful than mine, because I have lost my daughter. So Alonso says, a daughter? Oh heavens, that they were living both in Naples, the king and queen there. That they were, I wish myself were murdered in that oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter? So Alonso is very surprised and shocked. A daughter? Oh God. I wish that they were both living in Naples as king and queens of the country. So have you lost your daughter? Oh God, I wish that my son and your daughter had married each other and had been alive in Naples as king and queen. Right? If it will be possible, that what I'll be doing, I would have sacrificed my own life and lied in the muddy bed beneath the ocean. Right? So instead of my son who lies in the bed of ocean, if only I would have been there, then I would have, means it would have been better. He wishes, why not me in the bed of ocean? And Ferdinand and Miranda were ruling as king and queen in Naples, right? So Alonso is very surprised at the moment he hears that Prospero's daughter is also dead, but it is not there. Prospero is only keeping it a suspense, right? And then Alonso is becoming remorseful and and showing concern and sadness as well, that he wishes he just would have been saved his son Ferdinand, right? And Prospero, in this last tempest, I perceive these lords at this counter do some much admire that they therefore their reason is casting, their eyes do offices of truth, their words are natural breath. But howsoever you have been distilled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero, and that very duke, right? So, Prospero is actually speaking that, and here Prospero is telling a story to Alonso when he asks that how you have lost your daughter, tell me please. So Prospero is speaking Prospero is speaking that in the recent storm I lost her in the recent storm. I lost her in the recent storm. Right? It seems to me that these lords are so amazed to me that they are standing there with their mouths open. So, who are these lords? Adrian, Francisco, and Gonzalo. Right? So, Prospero saying that, yes, I have lost my daughter in the recent storm. And at the time, it seems to me that these lords, Adrian, Francisco, and Gonzalo, are so astonished, so amazed to me that they were standing there with their mouths open. Means they actually believed what they saw, and what they saw, they believe that it is real. So they have lost use of their reason, right? So they have lost the use of their reason and don't believe their eyes because they cannot speak, right? So again, see, their eyes do offices of truth, their words are natural beneath, right? See here, a natural beneath, right? So their eyes do offices of truth, their words are natural breath, but howsoever you have been justed from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero, and that very doing which was thrust forth of Milan, who moves strangely upon the shore where you were wrecked, was landed. Right? Was landed. To be the Lord on it. No more yet of this, for 'tis a chronicle of day by day, not relation for a breakfast, nor befitting this first meeting. Welcome, sir. This shall my code have. Here have I few attendants and subjects, none abroad. So let's understand here. So again, Prospero says that whatever has shocked you out of your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero. I am the Duke who was thrown out of Milan and landed on this same island where you were shipwrecked, and I became the lord of it, right? So they believe what they have seen. Actually, Prospero is talking about the Lord, so they believe actually what they have seen. So by the mercy of God, Prospero landed on the island, and Prospero is safe. And Prospero says that I am Duke of Milan. I am Prospero, right? So again, Prospero says all that, and again Prospero says that, but I will tell you nothing more at this time because it is a long story, and definitely it is a long story. Why? Because it happened 12 years ago. Prospero came on the island, so it will take days to tell this story. So that's why Prospero says that I will tell you nothing more at this time because it's a long story that will take days to tell. It is not something you can describe over breakfast, and it is not appropriate to discussed during this first meeting, right? So Prospero has not told everything to Alonso. Only Prospero briefed Alonso that it exactly happened, right? And then after, Prospero welcomes Alonso. Welcome, sir. This sells my code here. I have few attendants and subjects, none abroad. Pray you look in my dukedom, since you have given me again. I will requite you with as good as thing. At least bring forth the wonder to content ye as much as me my dukedom. So Prospero now gives a warm welcome to Alonso, and why Alonso is why Prospero is inviting Alonso to his hut, to his shack. So Prospero first of all welcomes Alonso and say, this hut is my royal court. I have just a few servants here, and none elsewhere on the island, right? So yes, Prospero has his attendants only. And who are attendants? Ariel, Caliban, and other spirits. And Prospero has no subjects, right? So that's why Prospero invites, right? So Prospero invites Alonso. Why? Because Prospero knows that who are there inside hut. Because Ferdinand and Miranda are there inside, right? So that's why Prospero gives a warm welcome to Alonso, that welcome sir, this hut is my royal court. I have just a few servants here and none elsewhere on the island. Please take a look around. Since you have returned my dukedom to me, I will give to you something just as nice as in return. I will show you wonder. I will show you surprise that will please you as much as my dukedom makes me happy, as much as my dukedom pleases me. So restoration of my kingdom has pleased me, so I will also please you in a similar manner. So that's why Prospero, invites Alonso to come inside his shack, inside his hut, right? So what happens here, students? Prospero draws a curtain to reveal Ferdinand and Miranda playing chess. And remember, before, Prospero asked Ferdinand and Miranda to retire to his cell while he had gone to take control of Caliban, Trinquilo, and Stefano. Right? So I hope so it is clear, right? So Miranda. So both of them are playing chess, right? So Miranda, sweet lord, you play me false. So it is a very sweet conversation between Ferdinand and Miranda, right? So Miranda is speaking to Ferdinand. My sweet lord, you are cheating. So both of them are playing chess. So Miranda is speaking that Ferdinand, you are cheating. You are not playing wisely, honestly. Rather, you are cheating on me. So Ferdinand, no, my dearest love, I would not for the world. So Ferdinand is saying, no, my dearest love, I would never do that. Not for anything in the world. Means I can't cheat on you. I would not cheat you for the whole world, right? So again, Miranda speaks that, yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play. So Miranda says, well, you should do everything you can to win, even it was to gain just 20 kingdoms. And at the time, if you do that, I would say you were right to do it. So Miranda says that what I am in front of 20 kingdoms, I'm nothing in front of 20 kingdoms. When this comes to you, so definitely you will be choosing 20 kingdoms by cheating on me. So at that time, I'll be saying that you are right to do. So you will cheat on me for having these 20 kingdoms. So at that time, I will not say anything. The what I'll be saying, I would say you were right to do it. So Alonso, if this prove a vision of the island, one dear son shall I twice lose. So Alonso is very happy, and somewhere he is surprised. So he says, if this is just another of the illusion produced by this island, then I will lose my dear son twice. If this dream vision is typical of what this island conjures up, that I will lose my son twice. So Alonso is very happy as well, but somewhere Alonso is afraid that he has lost his son Ferdinand, right? So lest he should lose his son again. So that's why he says so. Sebastian, again, Sebastian, a most high miracle. Sebastian says, an incredible miracle. What we are seeing is a wonderful miracle. So now things are, getting revealed by Prospero in front of all the conspirators. So that's why Sebastian is very bewildered, amazed that wow, it's an incredible miracle. So again, Ferdinand, see Alonso and others. Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I have cursed them without cause. He kneels. So Ferdinand, seeing Alonso, and he starts kneeling down. The seas may threaten us, but they show mercy sometimes too. I was wrong to curse them. So Ferdinand is very happy to see his father Alonso, and he kneels down, and Ferdinand says that the sea sometimes at times threaten us only, but they show mercy, compassion, kindness sometimes too, and I was wrong to curse them, Alonso. Now all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about. Arise and say how thou comest here. So Alonso says that now Alonso is talking to his son Ferdinand. Alonso, may all the blessings of a happy father surround you. Receive all the blessings of a happy father. Now get up, my dear son, and tell me how you came here. Right? So this scene is very happy scene, and why? Because father and son are getting united once again, right? Both of them are meeting again, right? So it's a very emotional scene for Alonso and Ferdinand, right? So again Miranda says, oh wonder how many goodly creatures are there here, how beautiful mankind is, oh brave a new world that has such people in it. So Miranda has seen his father and Ferdinand yet on the island, but here Miranda is just seeing all other living creatures. So that's why it is also the wonder and surprise for Miranda as well. So Miranda says, oh, it is wonderful, look how many beautiful creatures there are here. Mankind is so beautiful. Oh, splendid new world that has such people in it. Prospero, 'tis new to thee. So Prospero saying, it is new to you. So Prospero said, yeah, obviously, Miranda, it is something new to you, because before you haven't witnessed such living creatures on this island, such godly, goodly creatures on this island. Alonso, what is this maid with whom thou wast at play? Your else acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is she the goddess that hath served us and brought us thus together? So Alonso to Ferdinand. So Alonso is actually asking that, who is this young woman with whom you were playing chess? You cannot have known her for more than 3 hours only. Is she the goddess that separated us and then brought us back together? So Alonso is very surprised that they came on the island only 3 hours ago when shipwreck occurred, right? So he is surprised that in no time how it is possible for Ferdinand to get a lady, right? So that's why Alonso is asking that, who is this young woman with whom you were playing chess? Because within these 3 hours you cannot know anyone, you cannot be aware of anyone, right? So you cannot have known for her for more than 3 hours. So is she, again further he asks, is she the goddess that separated us and then brought us back together? right? So I hope so, viewers, you have comprehended till whatever I explained you in this part. Okay, so please keep revising, and wherever you are not able to understand, please rewind and pause and then try to understand. Okay, so rest of the part will be explicated by me in part 4 of Act 5 Scene 1. So please come back again to watch part 4 of Act 5 Scene 1. Okay, till then, take care of yourself.